So, in today's video, I'm going to do my NLCS predictions. In my last video, I did the American League Championship Series predictions. So, in today's video, I'm going to do the National League Championship Series predictions between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Atlanta Braves. And that's what I'm going to do in today's video. But before I get into this video, a lot of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. 82% of you exactly are not subscribed. So, go ahead and get your life together and hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. We're going to go position by position, breaking down who is going to win the National League Championship Series and go on to face the winner of the American League Championship Series, who I think is going to be the Houston Astros. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to start at the catcher position. I think the catching advantage definitely goes to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Will Smith is a much better catcher than Travis d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud had a great year last year in 2020 in 60 games. He stayed healthy the whole year, had injury problems this year, and has not been the same as he was last year. Will Smith is the better catcher. Will Smith on the year for the Dodgers. And obviously there's going to be two Will Smiths in this game, actually, with the relief pitcher for the Braves and the catcher for the Dodgers. This year, he had a .258 batting average, putting up 25 home runs and 76 RBIs in a 130-game sample size for the Los Angeles Dodgers. For Travis d'Arnaud, though, in exactly 60 games this year, 7 home runs, 26 RBIs, and a .220 batting average. Will Smith definitely has the advantage here, pretty obvious. At first base is a very interesting one between Max Muncy and Freddie. Max Muncy if he plays. And it's looking very unlikely right now that Max Muncy does end up playing for the Los Angeles Dodgers. So in that, it would mean Matt Beatty versus Freddie Freeman, and this is pretty obvious. Freeman is deserving for the National League MVP 2 years in a row with how good he's played. Freeman on the year in 159 games, 31 home runs, 83 RBIs, and a 300 exactly batting average. He's had a great year, won the National League MVP back in 2020. And, I mean, Matt Beatty is a solid first baseman, but can't compare. 270 batting average for him, 7 home runs and 40 RBIs, and 120-game sample size this year for the Dodgers. Pretty obviously, Freddie Freeman here. At second base, it's going to be Ozzie Albies versus Trey Turner. And this is a very close one here. Trey Turner is a great, great player. And so is Albies. So this is such a close one here. And this is an interesting one to me. I think that this is an extremely close one. On the year, Albies had 30 home runs, 106 RBIs, and a .259 batting average in 156-game sample size. This is the guy that is underrated for the National League MVP as well. But I still think Trey Turner's got a little bit on him. Trey Turner is so good. And if you're a fan of one of those teams that have been in the National League East, you know how good Trey Turner is. Trey Turner on the year had 18 home runs, 49 RBIs, and a .322 batting average in Washington. Did not slow down a bit since going to the Dodgers in the midseason trade, posting 10 home runs, 28 RBIs, and a .338 batting average. I'm going to give it to Trey Turner slightly here. Dansby Swanson versus Corey Seager at shortstop. Swanson is a very good player. Swanson kind of disappointed at the start of his career, but boy, has he kind of been very good since. 27 home runs, 88 RBIs, and a .248 batting average. But it can't compare to the talent of Corey Seager. Corey Seager, when healthy, is one of the best shortstops, if not the best shortstop in all of baseball. And Corey Seager is just another one of the great pieces for the Dodgers, and he is great in the playoffs as well, even better in the playoffs, winning the World Series MVP last year and NLCS, I'm pretty sure. This year in a 95-game sample size, 16 home runs, 57 RBIs, and a .306 batting average. A very good year from Corey Seager. And, yeah. At third base, you've got Austin Riley for the Braves, obviously, and Justin Turner for the Dodgers. And as good as Justin Turner is, I've got to give the advantage here to Austin Riley. He had a phenomenal year this year. He really showed in 2019 that he had a lot of potential. 2020 slowed down, .239 batting average, 8 home runs, 27 RBIs, but boy, did he turn it on in 2021 with 33 home runs, 107 RBIs, and a .303 batting average. He's who I think should be the National League MVP this year. But, Justin Turner, very, very good player. But the advantage goes to Austin Riley here pretty simply. .361 batting average for him a .278 batting average and 27 home runs and 87 RBIs in 2021 for Justin Turner. Advantage goes to the Braves and Austin Riley. Braves have a great infield. with Albee, Swanson, Freeman, and Riley. A great infield. Now let's move on to the outfield. In left field is A.J. Pollock, who's been incredibly underrated this year for the Dodgers, and Eddie Rosario for the Braves. Eddie Rosario was part of a midseason deal that really the Braves finessed big time. With Cleveland this year, 7 home runs, 46 RBIs, and a 254 batting average. Since coming over to Atlanta, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs, and a 271 batting average. For A.J. Pollock this year, he really did have a very good year this year for the Los Angeles Dodgers, finally showing that he could really be good with 21 home runs, 69 RBIs, and 297 batting average. We all know the potential of what A.J. Pollock had, and now he's finally showing it when he's actually healthy. In center field, we have Cody Ballinger and Adam Duvall. Cody Ballinger this year, 10 home runs, 36 RBIs, and a 165 batting average. Terrible in the regular season, but has really started going and helping the Dodgers through the postseason. And that series versus the Giants, he was very, very clutch, Cody Bellinger was. And we can't take into account totally the regular season stats because he's been very, very good in the postseason. Duvall, though, he showed up more in the regular season. Duvall on the year had 16 home runs, 45 RBIs, and a 226 batting average in Atlanta. That's coming over halfway through the season, which is absolutely crazy. 22 home runs, 68 RBIs, and a 229 batting average in Miami. If this guy can hit for a higher batting average, this is a guy that could be an MVP discussion. As crazy as that might sound for Adam Duvall. And in right field is going to be Mookie Betts for the Dodgers, who had a 264 batting average and 23 home runs and 58 RBIs on the year. A disappointing year for Mookie Betts, caliber numbers, but still he is the better right fielder. Between him and Jorge Soler, obviously, as good of a year Jorge Soler had coming over to the Braves, still doesn't compare. Since coming to the Braves, he's had 14 home runs, 33 RBIs, and a 269 batting average. Really has helped the Braves to get to a playoff spot, but currently is on the COVID injured list, so who knows if he'll even play. And it might be Pache in center and Duvall in right instead, but who knows. Now let's go ahead and move on to the starting pitching category, and the starting pitching category is very close. It may not seem very close with all the good pitchers the Dodgers have, but it's close. For the Braves, they'll have Fried starting today. Morton and Anderson will go on in this series as well. And the fourth starter could be Yanoa. He's probably the most likely to be the fourth starter if he doesn't come out of the bullpen through the series, which I think he's probably is more useful in the bullpen, honestly. But yeah, the Braves have their top three starters of Anderson, Morton, and Fried, and the Dodgers have their top three starters with Scherzer, Buehler, and Urias. Yeah, I mean, this Dodgers team has a very, very good rotation, but the Braves, if they can pitch like they did in the Brewers series, then they can definitely compete with how good this Dodgers pitching is. And the Braves starting and relief pitching was very, very good versus the Brewers. Now, you can say, yes, the Brewers offensive is not very good, but there is some very good players in that lineup, like Willie Adames, like Christian Yelich. There are some good players in that lineup, and they dominated them. Absolutely dominated the Brewers. They just couldn't hit anything. Simple. So in the starting pitching category, the Dodgers do have the advantage, but it's awfully close. The relief pitching is a question mark for both sides, definitely in my opinion. Kenley Jansen, he is shaky. He can be very good one day and trash the other. Corey Knebel actually is who's going to be starting today. Again, for the Dodgers, they're trying to do a raise type thing there using the opener. They've got Joe Kelly, Blake Trinan in that bullpen as well, Phil Bickford. They've got some other players in that bullpen as well that are pretty good. For the Dodgers, the Braves, though, they've got Chris Martin, Will Smith, Yanoa, if they choose to use him out of the bullpen. And Tyler Matzik, who was very clutch in the series versus the Brewers, along with Luke Jackson. And Richard Rodriguez probably should be on their postseason roster, but he's not. Chavez was also pretty good in that series. So the bullpen advantage, it's close. I mean, both bullpens are not particularly well. I'll give this one to the Braves. So for my prediction of who wins the National League Championship Series, I've got the Dodgers winning in 6 games. I think that the Dodgers are going to win and go on to, in my predictions, face the Astros in the World Series. As much as it sucks to lose 3 times in a row to the same team, which is what would happen with the Braves, losing in the NLCS in 2019. In 2020, they lost in the NLCS to the Dodgers. In 2021, if my predictions are right, which they've not been with the Braves, and that's a good thing because it's been for the betterment of them. And I'm a Braves fan, so I'm not being biased at all. I think the Dodgers win this series. So yeah, those are my predictions for the National League Championship Series. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications. Because like I said, 82% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. Go ahead, get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.